Welcome to episode 97 of the Current Backloggers. The date is March 18th. I'm your host, KCP, along with my good friend and co-host, Rog Doggin Ryan.
You messed it up again.
Yeah, I know.
That was wrong.
Well, that's because Cody wasn't here, so I mixed both years together and I left out the ally. I could re-record it, but we're just going to roll with it, you know?
We're rolling.
Yeah, so it's two-man show day. Cody's not here. Ryan, you had some insight about Cody not being here before we started recording. Did you want to say that on air or no?
Yeah, I was just hoping, he gets better soon and can make it to our New York trip.
You're smiling pretty big. Is that the full truth?
The full truth and nothing but the truth.
All right, sounds good. What have you been up to, buddy?
Oh, I've been up to not writing down what I've been up to. This weekend I had a bowling tournament again.
Okay.
Finally, the last one for a while, hopefully.
Right.
I'm bowled out. Didn't bowl great the first 3 games, but then bowled pretty good the second 3. So.
Oh yeah.
I might get some money back. We'll see.
Gotcha.
And then that's about it.
Yeah.
Other than work, I did get a new work truck.
Oh yeah. Fucking demolish a deer with this one too.
Hopefully not. Funny you say that. So I got it last Friday. Went to the office and swapped vehicles. And then I had to drive to Indianapolis this morning.
Right.
And then on my way back, I'm driving down 70, and then a sheriff pulls out and turns on his yellow lights to move over or whatever. So I'm like, what's going on here? And then I got cars in front of me, of course, and he gets over and he pulls off to the shoulder. Well, then just as he's pulling off to the shoulder, the car in front of me swerves, and then there's a giant truck tire in the middle of our lane that I almost run over and demolish the front of my truck with.
Close.
Been so frustrating. Because literally it's a brand new truck. It has 10,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that's why it would have been funny. I mean, it would have been sad for you, but undeniably funny.
All the guys at work are making fun of me. They're like, that truck's going to be totaled in a week. So.
You're like, no, try a day.
Probably a day. So it's just hard to get used to because it's a big truck. So. But
yeah.
You don't feel it.
I do.
I guess you did drive that big truck for a minute till you destroyed it.
Yeah, and before that, I used to drive XLT, brother.
XLT?
Yeah, extra long truck. Extra large truck.
What does that mean?
Just it was like a regular pickup truck, but it was way longer, way larger.
You had a pickup truck?
It was my dad's. I didn't have a car.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much a truck expert at this point.
Okay.
As long as
gotcha.
they tell me where to put the gas correctly.
Yeah. Fill it with DEF. Would you put gas in a diesel or?
No, I put it in the wrong tank because I called him. I was like, I don't think this is it. No, yeah, that's where the tank is. I'm like, all right.
You put it in the DEF tank.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think that's about it, fortunately.
Well,
other than planning for our trip. I can't believe it's happening so soon.
Are you excited yet?
I'm just getting more and more nervous. I'm not ready. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I don't have a lot of clothes, and it's gonna be cold.
So take extra clothes, that way you're not like, I should have had this. I should have brought this.
Yeah, well, I just don't have the right kind of clothes, really, is my issue.
You live in Ohio. How do you not have the right kind of clothes for cold?
Well, I'm not out in the cold very much. It's warm in my house, despite this hat making it appear not.
Oh, Jesus. So,
what about you, bud?
Well, before we get to me, did you at least go Portillo's when you're in Indianapolis?
No.
You let me down. I requested one thing.
It's every time I go there, it's the where I go is nowhere near this Portillo's.
There's 3 of them in Indianapolis. How could you not be anywhere close?
Because where I'm at is like an industrial. Excuse me, it's an industrial area that not close to where I was at.
You can go a little out of your way, right? As long as you don't hit a deer or a tire.
Guess I could have. It would have been an
Well,
extra like hour of driving.
we drive over 3 hours just to get there.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to save money for our trip, bud. Can't be buying Portillo's.
Hey, if you can buy happiness, buy it every day. That's what I've always said.
Never said that.
I've said that my whole life. What I've been up to, though, not a whole lot this week either. I went to the Crew game. Fucking awesome 3-0 shutout.
Wow.
And absolute perfect weather night for it. No complaints there. I was going to tell Cody, because I'm sure you'll have no idea who Marcus is. No. He used to come in the theater all the time and draw fish pictures. That should remind you. Don't know. Okay. He messaged me and asked if I was going to be at the Crew game and met up with him while we were there. Huh. And fantastic game. Went to Old North Arcade, which is our arcade here. I think the best one we have. There with friends Brittany and Danny Boy. Spent the night out doing that.
Bethany?
What's that?
Bethany?
Yeah, Brittany.
Okay.
All right. That's it besides normal working and physical therapy, and no good stories there.
None?
Nope, not now.
I'm waiting for your reuniting with this Taylor Swift dance party.
I think they stopped going because they weren't due for any more visits. I haven't seen them for a while.
I think you scared him off.
I didn't say anything. Maybe they saw me move and they're like, that's even weirder.
Yeah.
He's just not saying anything until he
like,
likes it.
Jiving to the music over in the corner by himself.
Anything else random you want to talk about before we get into the regular show here?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Anything from the weeks before that you want to talk about? Forgot to mention.
Borderlands trailer.
Yes.
I said I was going to watch it.
Yes.
I watched it.
And?
It looks good.
Oh, it's good?
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think, well, there's always going to be the people that are way too critical because, like, nerd crossover maximum from games to movie, they're going to be way too critical.
Yeah.
But I think there's also going to be normal people really cheesy. But if they did anything other than that, it wouldn't really be Borderlands. I think it's pretty fitting for Borderlands to be over the top and silly. I think it fits it.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Blackjack being Claptrap.
Jack Black, though.
Is it Blackjack? Did I say Blackjack? But yeah, not sold.
Yeah, like I said, that was the one that I thought was a layup. I thought he would nail it,
Really?
but when they casted it, but watching it, I think his humor is right, but I think it's weird how they make it sound like his voice. I thought they would just use his comedy and then put a filter over it to make him sound like Claptrap.
Yeah, I guess that's my issue is like, it just sounds like, just sounds weird. They should have done a filter.
Yeah, it sounds like there's like some, I don't know if it's just him doing it, but it sounds like there's something there. But yeah, he doesn't sound like Claptrap. You also didn't hear him a whole lot in the trailer, so I'm hoping as more sentences, like full sentences come out, maybe that's stronger. Because yeah, that's the one I thought was a layup. I still think Kevin Hart seems like a terrible choice for Roland. But picking like the humongous, tall, muscular dude, and you pick like the guy that's known as the scrawniest, small dude to play him. I was like, it seems like you're messing with people here. But yeah, I think it looks promising. I know I said it before, but it feels a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, which also makes sense for Borderlands. So I'm excited
I can see
for
that.
it. Anything else?
Nope.
From last week? Any corrections, questions, or feedback?
Nope.
All right. Well, should we get into that article I sent you that revolves around corrections, questions, and feedbacking?
Yeah. IGN. Experimental video game made purely with AI failed because tech was, quote, unable to replace talent. So this ties into
James B's question.
James. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago now. James, if you're listening, we need more feedbacking. Video game support developer Keyword Studios tried to create a game solely using, this was back, this was recent, March 15th. Video game support developer Keyword Studio tried to create a game solely using AI, but failed because technology was unable to replace talent. As reported by game developer, Keyword said in its latest financial earnings report that it tried to use controversial technology to create a 2D game solely using AI. The process lasted 6 months, highlighting where Gen AI has its potentials to augment game development process and where it lags behind. Keyword said AI tool identified over 400 tools, evaluating and utilizing those with its best potential, but it ultimately utilized bench resource from 7 different game development studios as part of the project, as the tooling was unable to replace talent. So,
yeah, I thought this was interesting. Yeah, I thought this was interesting because I know this is what James asked, and I saw this article. I don't think that means, even though I know I'm way more skeptical in AI as far as like a full blown thing, just because they try it once doesn't mean it can't succeed. But I don't think that should ever be how games are fully created. And I just thought it was interesting that this article came out right after we talked about it, so thought I'd share it here.
Yeah, another thing I was I heard, I didn't have an article or anything, but I guess GTA 6 is supposed to use AI to choose assets. I guess like the big selling point of the new Grand Theft Auto is like, it depends on your source, but like 80 or 90% of all the buildings on the map are supposed to be enterable. So like you can go into like the banks, the restaurants, the apartments, everything is all like you can just walk in. And I guess they're supposedly using AI to like choose assets to randomize it to like make it seem like it's not like the same house over and over. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I think stuff like that can make sense. Surprised they would do that because it wasn't them; it was Grove Street Games that did the ports of the older Grand Theft Autos. I think it's 3 and Vice City, maybe San Andreas, but those were absolutely bombed when they released. When those should have been a layup because they used AI way too much and like because they lost a lot of their licenses and assets they made from the game. So instead of recreating their fake brands and everything, they just let AI create it. And I heard it was a total bust and fell apart, and they put out like massive updates to fix it. And like, so that's a different studio, and you'd think Rockstar would be more capable of that, but I'm surprised they would even do that, knowing how much that backfired.
Yeah, so we'll see when it comes out how it pans out. They haven't been very forthcoming on any information. It's just all like, I think that information was like from, it's like a leak from like one of the developers' like sons or something. I don't know.
Gotcha. Anything else you want to say about AI?
All hail our AI overlords.
All right, well, you can send any corrections, question, or feedback to currentbackloggers@gmail.com. And should we get into the regular news now?
Regular news.
News.
Start off with our good old Xbox. If it doesn't have an X, it's not a box. That's what I always say.
Life.
Minecraft. This is exciting news, bud. Minecraft now has a subscription service. Just what we always wanted. Microsoft released a monthly subscription service just for Minecraft called the Marketplace Pass. Revealed on the Minecraft website, the pass costs $3.99 a month and grants Bedrock players access to a catalog of more than 150 different content packs from the Minecraft Marketplace, which is refreshed every month. Players won't need to pay for the Marketplace Pass to continue playing Minecraft as normal, though. The marketplace is Minecraft's hub for creator-made content such as skins, adventure worlds, survival spawns, mashups, texture packs, and other DLC. Microsoft will handpick 150 of the best of these to include in the pass every month, and also give your players a new set of character creator items each month. Some are story-driven, others combat-focused. A few will make you a speedy parkour pro or an unbeatable puzzle master, while others magically make your blocky world look different, Microsoft said. Every single one of them is created by a brilliant community of creators, and there to add playstyles and variety to your Minecraft sessions. It's worth noting that once a world, texture pack, skin pack, or mashup leaves the catalog, players need to buy the item for the marketplace to continue using it while playing. Packs will not be deleted from your local storage until you delete them, Microsoft clarified. Monthly character creator items that you've redeemed are yours to keep. A Realm Plus subscription includes Marketplace Pass. Helpfully, if you buy the pass, you have access to all the packs from any device with a compatible Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It is not supported in Amazon Kindle Fire or Minecraft Java, however.
I put
Exciting
this in
news,
here.
bud.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, this isn't for me. I don't care about Minecraft at all, but I put in here because Cody was talking about how he got back into Minecraft. So it's mainly for him, but I know you used to love Minecraft, so how do you feel?
It's kind of, I don't know. It seems odd that I'm not real familiar with this marketplace. I don't know. It sounds like it's like a mods that you can buy now instead of, because when I was on, it was like mods you could just go online and download and play. Like it was just creators that would do it for free. I don't know if there's like a paid modding thing now, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not
Not real
going to ask the
familiar
guy,
with it.
know, but that's what it sounds like. So it'd be cool if, I mean, it's like that you have to pay for it, but it'd be cool if they're doing that because if people create it, get a portion of it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a kickback or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like as long as they haven't killed off modding, I guess it's whatever. But I don't
Yeah.
really play anymore. So
Yeah, I think that would be real lame if that's what happened. I'm assuming, though, handpicked, it sounds like whatever isn't handpicked is still up for grabs. At least that's how it sounds to me.
yeah. All right. We'll have to ask our resident Minecraft expert when he comes back next week. Sony Insider Gaming. Spider-Man: The Great Web trailer leaked online. Following the significant Insomniac leak, new details continue to emerge about both ongoing and canceled projects from the studio. The most recent leaks unveil a trailer for the canceled multiplayer game Spider-Man: The Great Web, shedding light on what the game could have been. The game was intended to be a 5-player multiplayer experience set in New York City, pitting players against Sinister Six within a multiverse framework. The trailer showcased polished gameplay and character customization options with dialogue narrated by Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Peter Parker. Despite its apparent readiness for release, the cancellation comes to a great disappointment to fans, underscoring the ongoing impacts of leaked information on Insomniac and its projects.
Yeah, this was sad. I looked up this trailer and it looked fucking awesome. And usually, oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I was surprised how polished it was for something that was canceled.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, usually when you see stuff canceled like this, it's real like prototypey and you can maybe see what it would turn into. But you don't see anything, not even just polished, but that looks even close to finished, polished like this. And yeah, it's confusing. I know we've talked on here about the live service games being a risk. And that Sony just keeps canceling all their live services games when that was supposed to be their future, and they went like all in. And now pretty much all of them are getting canceled. Yeah, but I mean, I get that's a risk because Spider-Man is such a beloved property, and the 2 Spider-Man games that came out on PlayStation have reviewed like crazy and sold super well. So if it bombed, it could hurt the brand. But if you want live service to have a chance, I feel like this just seems like a layup. And it looked like it'd be a ton of fun. I love Spider-Man. I always said how it'd be fun in co-op. I don't know if you need that many Spider-Man swinging around, but it did look cool.
Mm-hmm.
My only thing would be with all these live service games, I don't think they shouldn't exist. I just think a lot of them would be better off just being straight-up games because they add so much fucking clutter to it that's unnecessary. So I don't think these games shouldn't exist. I just think they should be made better. And if it was made with that kind of quality, this game I think could have been one of the coolest things to come out. And sad that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like live service games can just like they just throw in a bunch of stuff in there that is just like filler almost. It just
Yeah.
feels very like incomplete and I don't know, there's no character almost.
Yeah, that's what my worry would be. I'm sure part of their worry was, well, it seems like Sony's whole plan has changed, like I said, as far as live service and their business model. But I'm sure it's also affected by things like Suicide Squad, and they're like, well, this is kind of our game. But I think Suicide Squad failed because it was a superhero live service game where you could play with other people. I think it was because, like a lot of these games, the quality was not high. I think Suicide Squad, if it was made the same quality as the Arkham games, would have been a huge success. And if the Spider-Man trailer if the full game was anything like this trailer, it looked just like the other Spider-Man games as far as quality. So this is exactly what live service games need. And I've said multiple times how this multiverse shit is getting way overdone. But Spider-Man is one of the things that have done it well, especially the Spider-Verse movies if you've watched those. And that's something that hasn't really translated over to the games. And they're definitely invoking that here. And when they were like shooting into those different dimensions and like coming back out, I was like, man, seems like this should be a home run. And Ratchet and Clank already had the newest Ratchet and Clank had its big mechanic of different dimensions. So I'm sure that's where the mechanic came from for Insomniac because it's the same developer. So I don't know. It just all seems like it could have been a home run.
Yeah. I wonder if I don't know, could they sell it somehow or release it in a different way? I don't know. Seems like with all the buzz, it seems like they'd be like, "Oh, there is interest in this. Maybe we should do something with it." But
I think their spider sense is tingling. I don't think they. Well, I don't think they could sell it, but I don't think they would anyway, since it's Sony.
Yeah.
They own the license of Spider-Man, but I think the only way is that they brought it back. But it'd be cool if they did after seeing the reaction, but I don't think it happened, sadly.
All right, next article from IGN. Sony reportedly pauses PSVR 2 production to clear backlog of unsold units. Cody Spidey's senses were tingling. He says he's going to buy 300 of them to flip, I think, because the price is going to the moon. Bloomberg reported sales of $550 reality headsets have slowed progressively since its launch in February of 23, causing a buildup of stock. According to the site, Sony produced well over 2 million units. The relative success of PSVR 2 was called into question earlier this year when Sony announced a number of upcoming games for the device, none of which were from its first-party studios. Then, as a part of a wave of devastating layoffs affecting 900 staff, Sony's VR-focused London studio was embarked for closure. IGN's investigated the state of PSVR 2 with a feature as part of a feature that painted a grim picture of Sony PSVR headset, which looks abandoned at this point. 6 weeks after launch, Sony announced PSVR 2 had sold nearly 600,000 units, analysts suggesting it sold just over 1 million units in its first year. Last December, SIE's head of global business Eric Lempel told Financial Times that PSVR 2 was, quote, a bit of a challenging category right now, adding he thought there was a higher expectation generally for what VR would do to gaming. It appears PSVR 2 sold poorly during the 2023 holiday season. Road to VR tracked Amazon sales of MetaQuest 2 and 3 and compared them to the PSVR 2 during the holiday season and found Meta headsets significantly outsold the PSVR 2. Where does the PSVR 2 go from here? Sony is currently testing out compatibility with PC, which said it would allow the PSVR 2 players to access more VR games via their PC gaming machine. This opens the door for users to access more games otherwise unavailable, but it does not address the lack of first-party support from Sony itself.
Or doesn't, which Eric Lempel said how they are surprised by the lack of enthusiasm for VR. And it's not,
Yeah.
but essentially what he said. I don't know how you could be surprised when you're not doing anything to support it. I'm not sure why people are going to be too excited about it. And a lot of people are saying it's some of the best, if not the best VR there is as far as like the tech. But there's nothing to really play. Then I don't think how it's going to be a great sale, especially when you have to buy $550 headset on top of a console.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to create an environment where people want to come and buy the thing, not just make it and be like, all right, now you have a $550 paperweight that you can show to your friends at your house party and then put away again.
Yeah, I know you're joking about Cody, but he was messaging that now would be the time to get one because he thinks prices are going to skyrocket. I can see what he means. That could definitely happen, especially if they really, like if this production thing becomes permanent or way scaled back permanently. But I would hope it couldn't get much more than expensive than $550. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Costs more than the console.
Yeah, I feel like the $550 seems like the price of when they stopped selling it and the price skyrocketed from aftermarket, not the actual price.
Yeah. All right. On to agnostic news from IGN. Star Wars Jedi director announces new studio to make a AAA narrative-driven single-player action-adventure game. Stig Asmussen, known for his work on titles like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and God of War 3, has founded a new game development studio called Giant Skull. The studio's focus is creating a premium AAA narrative-driven single-player third-person action-adventure game. Wow, that's a mouthful. With a strong emphasis on mystery, intrigue, and player agency. I don't know how you say his name to you. Asmussen?
I've heard it some podcasts and it really got me. Now I feel like I'm reading what you're saying.
We'll just call him Stig because that's cooler. Stig left Respawn and EA to pursue this opportunity, attracted by the prospect of starting his own studio, Giant Skull, based in LA. Why would you base there? What a terrible place. Currently consists of 30 team members, including veterans from Star Wars Jedi and Fortnite. The studio offers flexible working arrangements, allowing developers to choose when, where, and how they work. While Giant Skull secured significant funding to support its vision, Stig remains open to potential partnerships with global publishers. Regarding the studio's first game, he hints at the possibility of developing either a new IP or a licensed game, emphasizing the studio's expertise in both areas. The studio's website offers additional insights into its culture and vision. I think this could be good.
Go ahead.
I'm excited.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
I can't tell if this is a bid or not.
What do you mean?
All right, it's a
I
bid.
loved no. I like the Star Wars games. Knights of the Old Republic. And I've been looking for a new one, updated, and this sounds like it. It could be. First off, I like narrative-driven single-player games. Like that's what
I said. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sassing me.
No.
So I'm excited for that aspect. So I don't think it'll be out anytime soon, considering it's such a small studio. But I have high hopes.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if this was a bit, and then the more he talked, I couldn't it because talked last week or 2 weeks ago about how you never played Knights of the Old Republic.
What? No, I played it.
Somebody's gonna have to go back and look at the footage. I think Brian's in another dimension right now.
Dementia.
But before you get too excited, he didn't create those games. He created Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is the newest Star Wars game.
Haven't played that one.
I don't know if you would like it. I mean, you might if you just
No?
give it a chance, but I haven't even played much of it as much as I love Star Wars. It seemed good, and I played it. I liked it, but it's described as a Souls-like,
Ugh,
yeah,
I don't like that.
yeah, me either. But I don't know. It seemed cool when I was playing it, but I never liked the mechanics of it. Generally, I'm with you. I know his name from the games they mentioned in God of War 3 and being very, like you said, narrative, story driven. And there's not enough of that, especially at a high quality level in games, especially now. So I think it's exciting. Hopefully they're doing it right, since every studio has had issues with keeping staff and staying alive. And we you didn't mention it, but it's the second week in a row where we haven't had layoffs. New record.
I
At
know.
least so we found. There probably was some layoffs, but yeah, I think the potential of this is definitely exciting. Yeah, around 30 people would create a AAA game. This game's probably fucking forever away, but I mean, gotta start somewhere. So you don't start now. It's only gonna be farther away. So hopefully get it. I think his name is Asmussen. I think Dick Asmussen.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
I was trying to look at it because, like I said, once you said it, I was just like, that's all I could see.
Yeah. It's
but
on
yeah, I
sale
think
right now for $4.
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
It's very positive reviews.
Oh yeah, people love it.
Um,
And to be fair, I did hear it's easier than the Souls-like game.
yeah. That's
Pressing.
my. I don't like the games where it's just like you gotta play a boss fight 300 times just to like
Yeah.
learn it and progress through it. It's like that's not me.
Yeah, I think more of the mechanics is Souls from what I've heard. Like you respond to your campfire and there's different things like that, and it is challenging, but the like part is not there. So I'm with you. I don't even
Yeah.
care if a game's challenging. I just don't want to do the same thing over and over. I know that the people like those games, that's exactly why they play them, and they say it's not about doing it over and over. It's about you learn mechanics as you do it. But that's always my least favorite thing about games is like when a game's broken, you have to do it part over, or a game glitches out and you have to do it over. I don't find
Yeah.
anything appealing about that. And like I said, I know they say it's different because that's a game breaking, but and they say that's a mechanic. You're not just doing it over, you're learning it. But that just doesn't sound fun to me at all.
Yeah. I'm looking at some Steam reviews for it, and most of the negative ones are just they're upset that it forces you to download the EA launcher to play it.
That sounds like a you review. That fair.
Yeah. This guy has 70 hours and it's a thumbs down and it says forces you to use EA launcher. Okay, bro.
Are you gonna do this? You gonna make it happen?
I don't know. I'll look at some gameplay trailers first.
You have a pickup and potential game to talk about playing too. Look at that.
That'd be crazy. I don't know if my computer can run it actually.
Really?
8 gigabytes of VRAM. I don't know. I'll see if I can run it. How old is it?
There's a
19.
sequel to it, Jedi Survivor, so that's why I'd be surprised you're older one.
Yeah, it's from 2019. I haven't gotten a new video card in a long time. I haven't played much AAA games on my computer. So, man, this next one was, I think, for Cody. Comicbook.com multiverse Happy Meals are now at McDonald's. McDonald's has kicked off a new Happy Meal promotion in North America featuring the multiverse, coinciding with the announcement of the game's return date. Last year, advertisements for the multiverse promotion were spotted in Belgium, sparking speculation about a potential global rollout. Fortunately, the promotion has now arrived, offering customers themed Happy Meals with 10 toys based on games' characters and small cardboard puzzles featuring game art. There are 6 collectible sets available. Multiverse is a free-to-play platform fighter akin to Super Smash Bros. And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Is set to be fully released on May 28th after being offline for almost 11 months. Developed by First Player Games, it features characters from Warner Bros., properties like Looney Tunes, DC Comics, Adventure Time, and Game of Thrones, as well as one original character named Raindog. Voice actors from various franchises reprise their roles in the game, including Tara Strong as Harley Quinn and Malice Williams. Maisie? I don't know. Some Williams lady as Iris Stark.
Excited?
All right. No.
No.
Don't know what multiverse is.
Multiverses. It's a play on words.
Multiverses. Sorry.
Yeah, because a versus game, it's a
Yeah, I
multiverse.
get it now. It's the multiple verses seeing.
Because
REINDOG. Did I say that wrong?
I just don't know. I don't know why with all those.
It looks like Baby Yoda mixed with a reindeer. You see it?
Yeah, I could see that. I think fucking character from Pal World. The Pals.
Yeah.
Why would you all that branding? You have all those properties picked from, and you create a fucking custom character called Rain Dog.
Species reindeer dog hybrid.
This one was all Cody. I think it's always cool to see Happy Meals with video game stuff, but this one hardly feels like video games because video game is a crossover of all popular properties, so it doesn't really feel like video games when you turn into toys.
And I want to know, when it says that they're tins, is it actually going to be like metal figurines, or is that like a translation thing between Europe and here? Like, there's no way it's going to actually be metal figurines, right? It's going to be plastic. Yeah. Yeah. So, Cody, I'm sure will let us know next week. I keep saying next week, but I don't think there is a next week, right?
Jesus, that sounds dark. But
well, I meant like we haven't announced it yet, but we're taking a bye week.
Yeah, first bye week in this year so far. But we're going to New York City as we talked about, so we should record as long as everything goes. Is Monday, April 1st.
April Fools.
Yeah, but also not April Fools. That's real.
Oh. Yeah, I should be able to do that. I just remembered I'm going to Michigan that weekend, but I should be back. We'll see if I'm alive.
Okay.
Back-to-back trips. All right. On to more news. Teak Town. Never heard of this one before. CD Projekt Red confirms, quote, "We are done with Cyberpunk 2077 development. We'll now focus on sequel." After several years of updates and improvements, it's almost like he could have done before he released it. Cyberpunk 2077 has finally reached a point where developer CD Projekt Red is ready to cease development and shift focus to a sequel. Culminating the release of the well-received Phantom Liberty expansion in 2023, the team has decided to halt addition of new content. Cyberpunk 2077 game director Gabe confirmed this decision, stating that while there may be additional minor additions, major updates are no longer planned. Development on the sequel has begun at CD Projekt Red's new Boston studio, led by veterans and Quest director Paul Sasko. The studio aims to maintain the same level of dedication and improvement seen in Cyberpunk 2077's post-launch updates, minimizing the risk of a similar troubled launch for the sequel. Reading these articles makes me realize how bad of a substitute teacher I'd be. They wouldn't get any of the kids' names right. They'd all be like, what?
That's why I was laughing. Half of the I remember reading this. I don't think they would just say Gabe. I was like, yeah, there's.
Yeah, I guess I'm not saying that one. Amatangelo. Hamatangelo? That
It
doesn't
looks
I
like
don't
it'd
know.
be.
I don't know. Gabe. We call him Gabe. Not Gabe
Um,
Newell.
um, I need to get back to Cyberpunk. I played it for a little bit. I thought it was cool. I don't know if I could ever commit to it just because it's so fucking massive that it's a little overwhelming.
Massive.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Really?
Yeah, it's a massive open world game.
I feel like I beat it pretty quick.
Beat it?
I think so. This was like before they did all the fixes and updates.
Even if
But I
you
completed the main
mainlined it,
story.
it's supposed to be like 30 hours. Well, you looked that up. I liked what I played, but I just didn't stick with it. And yeah, there's been a lot of updates, and then made this game even more massive. The expansion that came out was like they said it could have been another full game. It was so big, so now it's just even bigger game.
25 to 30 hours.
Yeah, just for mainlining it.
Yeah, it says 115 for
Yeah,
100%.
that's a massive game, guy.
We should have a 100% off on that one. For rare. Yeah?
What do you think the odds are that the sequel launches the way they present it and advertise it?
I'd like to think that they learned their lesson. But probably not.
Yeah, I'd like to think so too. And I've heard, like I said, they've done a crazy turnaround on it and even added more than people thought they would. So in theory, you would think they would, but yeah, I just got a bad feeling because even when the stuff was going wrong, they just kept saying shit that made it worse and just piling on themselves and making the situation 10 times worse. So it doesn't seem like they quite know how to market it. And I remember when they first showed this game, it was one of the first like true next gen games, and everybody flipped out and thought it was gonna be the future of games, and then came out and people thought it was good, but nothing more than that. Usually, what happens with these games when they get too hyped like that.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see if that happens to GTA 6. It's being the most anticipated game ever.
I think that'll happen, but I think people like Grand Theft Auto. At least a large portion of the fan base is gonna like it no matter what. So I don't know if that can happen with it.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back. I didn't realize. I knew they were like improving. I didn't realize they'd added new content. So
Yeah, I heard the
can
game's
check
totally
it out.
different now, and they say in a way better way.
It's been like I said, I played it right after it came out, so it's been a minute. So I might go through and play it again.
Gotcha.
All right. Another Cody article here from IGN. Power World dev says massive profits are, quote, too big for a studio with our size to handle. The boss of Pocket Pair, the developer behind Power World, has expressed concerns over the massive profits generated by the game. Is it just like code for them saying like we're gonna get sued to oblivion and have none of this money?
I don't think.
Why would they be? I don't get why they're concerned about their money, their profits, but Power World, described as the Pokemon with guns, has become a global sensation since launch in January, with records on Steam and Xbox Game Pass. Despite costing less than $6.7 million to develop, Power World has made, give me in the yen, 10 billions of yen in profit. I think it was like over 70 million or something like that. Yeah, it was $67 million of profit, overwhelming Pocket Pair's small team of 55 people. That's over $1 million each.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. You don't get those kinds of returns anymore. The boss stated that the profits are, quote, too big for a studio of our size to handle, and has ruled out expanding or offering shares in the company. However, he remains open to partnerships or acquisitions, although no talks with Microsoft have started. Pocket Pair is considering bringing Power World to more platforms, potentially including PlayStation 5 and Nintendo consoles. I guarantee you Nintendo would never have them on their console. Despite its success, Palworld has faced controversy with acquisitions of becoming a Pokemon ripoff, leading to the death threats against Pocket Pair staff. Nintendo swiftly removed a Pokemon mod, and the Pokemon Company vowed to address any IP infringement. The legal implications of these claims have been questioned, with speculation about potential lawsuits. Palworld remains popular with features such as IGN's interactive map and discounted prices in the Steam Spring Sale going on right now. Get on there, Casey. How many games have you bought on your Steam? Well, we'll talk about that later. But
I like how IGN threw their own their own little bit in here.
yeah, a little self plug.
Yeah, with speculation about potential lawsuits. Oh wait, no, sorry, part's not relevant. Palworld remains popular with features such as IGN's interactive map. That's what the games remain super popular.
Yeah,
that's the main draw for Palworld is interactive IGN map.
Humble brag.
I bet you majority of people playing Palworld doesn't even know that the fucking IGN interactive map exists. But I didn't put this one in here for Cody. Actually, I put it in here because I was very curious to hear his thoughts, but not just because he talked about playing Palworld, but because I feel like we talked countlessly on here about game studios and layoffs and what's going to work and what isn't, and inflation, all these prices skyrocketing and everything. And I feel like this is an aspect that none of us have talked about, is a studio that was so successful and something we talked about and, as I say, argued, but kind of like debated on here about the success and what it means. And I feel like this is an aspect that none of us talked about, is that even when you're that successful, that maybe the studio isn't capable of handling that kind of success. And that's something that I haven't thought about at all. It is a little odd, though, that they say that, and then they go on to say they're considering releasing on more platforms like PlayStation 5 and Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna make it skyrocket even more, but all right. Doesn't seem like a great business idea if your worry is that you're growing too much.
Yeah. So when are you getting on the Switch?
When am I getting it on the Switch? Like when Palworld coming?
Yeah.
Like,
are you day one kind of guy?
Oh, when am I personally going to get it? Yeah, day one. I mean, I get it free on Xbox. I haven't tried it, but yeah, day one on Switch. Yeah, Nintendo will never let that happen. And I haven't played the game, but it looks pretty ambitious as far as size and everything. I would wonder if this game could even run on Switch, even if they wanted it to.
There'd have to be some optimizations, probably. Yep.
They could have the pals, but no guns.
Yeah, you gotta get the Palworld expansion module for your Switch. It's like you plug it in, and then you add a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse, and it's just like it makes it into like a computer, but not.
I'm in.
Yeah. All right. Next article from gamesindustry.biz. Summer Game Fest 2024 dates confirmed. The date for Summer Games has been confirmed on taking place for Friday, June 7th. As reported by Polygon, this 2-hour event will be hosted by Jeff Cayley and broadcast live from YouTube Theater in Los Angeles at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. British Standard Time.
Boo.
Boo. The show will be available to stream on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Steam, and other platforms. Public tickets for the Game Fest will go on sale via Ticketmaster, boo, starting May 7th. An invite-only event will be held for media and influencers from June 8th to 10th. Hey, but that's us.
Right.
Last year's event featured the reveal of Prince of Persia alongside announcements of titles such as Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, and Final Fantasy VI Rebirth. That was a banger of a game. Did you play that one?
No, I haven't. You liked it?
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
I did hear it's amazing. I don't think it'd be my...
No.
Um, you excited?
No.
It's Jeff Keighley. I just know like him a lot.
Haley?
Keighley.
Kaylee.
Yes.
Okay.
How are you not
And
excited
he
for the
spells his
summer?
name the douchebag way. Jeff.
Well, he's
Geoff.
Canadian, so they don't know what they're doing.
That's true. It's just like you.
Ooh. Um,
Because you're Canadian, remember?
how are you not excited for the Summer Game Fest? This is like the new E3.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah, they do all other events, but this is their main show.
It's taking place at 5 p.m. How am I going to watch it at 5 p.m.?
Just take a couple hours off. Come on over. Make this like the old
Yeah, I'm
days.
not taking time off work for this.
And you'll have the next days off. It'd be great. Who's gonna watch this? I mean, probably one of the most watched platforms. But why the hell would you watch this on TikTok? Like the smallest screen
Yeah.
possible. And
It's happening at YouTube Studio, and they're broadcasting on Twitch, TikTok, and Steam. That's odd.
well, I'm excited for the Summer Games Fest. Expectations in check because it seems like every show now is a disappointment. And
GTA 6 is going to be on there, you think?
maybe possible.
Maybe another big trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. I see it, but Rockstar is so big that I don't think they care about these things. So I don't know if it would be at any event. I don't know if it's worth. You had to pay for it.
Yeah. Did you ever get into Baldur's Gate?
No, I think I would hate that game. Why, you interested?
It sounds interesting, but it just seems like too much.
Oh yeah, that's a next level massive game right there.
Yeah, like the concept sounds like interesting. Like you can do literally anything in it, is what people say. It's like it's too much. It seems like overwhelming.
I mean, I don't think I'd be interested in the base game, but yeah, content amount too much for me unless it's something I really loved. I was just kind of interested in. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know there's a lot of content because guess how many discs it has on the Xbox version?
How many?
4 discs. I thought it was a joke
That's
when
crazy.
I first heard it.
Most of the time, I thought they just do one disc and then you download everything online.
Yeah, I don't even know what these discs are doing anymore. If I'm being honest with you.
I don't know, because it's like I don't think it could work without like the servers. It's not like you could like go offline and play it. I'm sure you need to download stuff still. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's on sale right now, 10% off. Steam spring sale.
Yeah, with how well that game's selling, it probably won't be great sales. So, if you're
Yeah,
interested, it might be a
still
time to get it.
$54.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another. I'll wait till it goes on sale for $5.
Oh, you're waiting a while though.
10 years.
Yeah.
Next article here we got IGN. PUBG gets destructible environments, a move to Unreal Engine 5, and more in 2024. PUBG is set to undergo significant changes, promising a fresh experience for its player base. The popular Battle Royale game, known for its enduring popularity on console and PC platforms, will introduce several new features and updates. One of the major additions is destructible environments, allowing players to strategically destroy sections of buildings or construct defensive barriers. This feature aims to add dynamic level of strategy and tactics to gameplay, opening new attack routes, securing areas. Players can expect a preview of destructible environments in an April update, with further improvements to follow. Additionally, Krafton, the developer of PUBG, plans to release gunplay updates every 2 months to provide players with a greater diversity of weapon choices and foster a stable ecosystem. Survival-focused items and improvements to casual gaming modes are also in the works, indicating an effort to expand the game's audience. Moreover, PUBG will transition to the new Unreal Engine 5, signaling a significant technological leap for the game. This move is expected to mark the beginning of an exciting journey for PUBG's development. Furthermore, the introduction of user-generated content aims to empower players to create and engage with their own content, fostering a vibrant, creator-driven ecosystem. Since its launch of 2017, PUBG has remained one of the biggest games globally, with millions of players across various platforms. While its peak concurrent player numbers have decreased since its early years, it continues to maintain a strong player base with hundreds of thousands on Steam at any given time.
You ever play PUBG?
No.
Might actually like it. If you like any battle royale, I think it might be this one.
No, I'm a big battle royale guy.
You said gal?
Guy.
Oh. No, I know you're not. That's why I think if any you might like this one. I think it'll be interesting to see what all these changes do, especially Unreal 5. That's a massive change. So
Yeah, that sounds like a new game.
yeah. Me and Cody played a shit out of PUBG, and it was so janky and almost broken, but just so much funny, dumb shit came out of it. I haven't played it for literally years now. And I mean, hundreds of thousands are a lot of people, but for something that was this big, I feel like I don't know if that's enough people to support it all the time, and you're going to go in there and be able to have a normal game if you don't play it all the time. So you would think with this kind of investment, the game was like thriving and growing, but if anything, even if it's gaining popularity, it's not growing. So I'm surprised they're doing this kind of commitment to it, unless they think this will bring people back to it, which, like I said, I'm interested, but I don't know if I'd stick around.
Yeah. Has 2.3 million reviews on Steam.
Yeah, it was big time.
That's crazy. All right. On to streaming and TV movies. Star Wars from IGN, Star Wars Rogue Squadron back in development. Director Patty Jenkins shared an update on the status of Rogue Squadron movie during an interview with the Talking Pictures podcast. Despite previous uncertainties surrounding the project, Jenkins revealed that she is currently back to writing a draft for the film now that their schedule has opened up. She explained after leaving a Star Wars project to focus on Wonder Woman 3, she plans to return to the Star Wars, resurfaced leading with a deal with Lucasfilms. With Wonder Woman 3 no longer in development, Jenkins now owns a draft of Star Wars as part of the deal. The update indicates that Rogue Squadron remains in the early stages, but it signifies Disney's continued interest in the project. The company, currently focused on Star Wars content for Disney Plus, still has plans for the Rogue Squadron despite setbacks and delays. Jenkins emphasized the importance of ensuring both parties are satisfied with the project before moving forward. Originally announced in 2020, Rogue Squadron faced delays and uncertainties with the project removed from Disney's calendar in 2021. However, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy mentioned in April of 23 that the film is still being considered, although it may not materialize exactly as originally envisioned. She reiterated her desire to create a fighter pilot movie, but the exact direction remains unclear.
Excited?
No.
I'm really excited the potential of it. We'll see what happens, I think.
It's Disney. They're going to ruin it.
I think pilot fighting, like dog fighting type movie would be dope if done right. I think Patty Jenkins created the last two Wonder Woman movies. The first one was one of DC's best movies. The second one was not very good. So I had a lot more hope when I saw her first movie. But hey, everybody's gonna have some downs, so as long as it doesn't just stay that way. I also am curious if this will ever actually come out. I know that you read about it in there, about the struggles it had. I just worry it might have another one of those, but we'll see. I was hoping Cody would be here as well, talk about, because he's really fallen off Star Wars. There's a new show coming out that I didn't even know about. They're, I think, revealing a trailer tomorrow. I literally heard about it today somehow, though, called The Acolyte. It comes out June 4th, and the poster that they revealed has a lightsaber, and instead of the light, there's blood on it, and then it has some over the top tagline, but implying that would be a really dark story. And that's not normal for Disney. So I'm curious to see what it'll be. I looked up the cast though, and this is where I thought I would lose Cody. I didn't recognize either of the names, and it was I think the lead was a black female, and then the supporting character was can't remember. I looked it up. He was also a person of color. I know that. And I thought Cody was, yep, no, I'm out. This is I know where they're going with this. I can already see it. So I was curious to what he would think about it, because I think, no pun intended, the darkness of it looks very interesting.
I thought there was a trailer of it. It's just the poster.
Yeah, I feel like they're hinting that the trailers come out.
Yeah, because there's some
tomorrow or something.
Yeah, there's some clickbait YouTube channels that are getting a lot of reviews from it, and people are just like raging at them. Like this one, it's literally Star Wars: The Acolyte first trailer 2024, and you click on it, and then it's like over almost 500,000 views, and the first comment is, "I hate it when they think you make you want to watch a new trailer, only get a bunch of clips that have nothing to do with the actual movie." And then the creator hearted it.
Hell yeah. Thanks for the support.
Yeah. All right. Comicbookmovie.com. Ready Player 2, the sequel to the 2018 film Ready Player 1. Can't believe that came out in 2018. Is officially in the works, with Steven Spielberg set to produce, but not direct. The original movie, based on Ernest Cline's 2011 novel, was a box office success, earning over $609 million worldwide and receiving mostly positive reviews. The sequel novel, Ready Player 2, was published in 2020, and while it received mixed reviews, there has been anticipation for its big screen adaptation. While there's no specific timeline provided, Spielberg confirmed to Showbiz 411 that Ready Player 2 is in development. However, he did not indicate who will direct the sequel. Spielberg is also exploring other film projects, including the kidnapping of Eduardo Mortera and a remake of Bullet? I don't know. You heard of that one? Bullitt.
Sounds familiar.
Ty Sheridan, who played the protagonist, Wade Watts in the original film, expressed interest in returning to the franchise back in 2020. With Spielberg's involvement as a producer, the sequel has garnered attention, although there will be pressure on a chosen director to live up to Spielberg's legacy.
Bullet, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I definitely know it. The action movie. Very, it's actually 68. I was just like the 80s to me, but further than that. How do you feel about this news? You excited?
I don't even remember. I watched it.
You said you liked it at the time, and then it seemed like it changed over time, so I don't know.
Well, we'll see. It seems like the sequel is just sort of like haphazardly, like they were just trying to ride the wave. That's never a good sign, but hopefully it's good. I'll give it a shot. See what the trailers look like.
I'm pumped for it, and I know me and Cody have talked about the book. You liked it even more than I did the second one. A lot of people are very negative about it. I know our friend Pete thinks it's an absolute joke. Ernest Cline, I don't feel like maybe they were wanting to ride the wave of it, but he seems like a genuine guy. I don't think he was. I feel like he probably thought it was another good story and probably caught off guard about the negativity of it, because I thought it was well crafted and made sense for a sequel. So I thought the first movie was fantastic, so I'm curious to see how they do in a movie form.
Yeah. Next we got another comicbookmovie.com article. James Gunn says Peacemaker Season 1 is not part of DCU canon. Superman will lead into Season 2. He has provided updates with the second season of Peacemaker through threads, sharing some intriguing revelations. He confirmed that the film for the new season is set to begin in the summer, and notably, he plans to shoot both Peacemaker Season 2 and Superman simultaneously. Gunn mentioned he has written episodes for Peacemaker 2, Season 2, but won't be directing all of them due to time constraints. Additionally, he clarified while Peacemaker Season 2 is part of the new DC universe, the first season is not. This indicates that 2 seasons of the same series will exist in different continuities, which is a unique scenario. Furthermore, Gunn disclosed that Peacemaker Season 2 will set after the events of Superman, and the reboot will have an impact on the Max series. While it's unclear if characters from Peacemaker will appear in Superman, Gunn hinted at the possibility through post-credit scenes. Overall, these updates suggest exciting developments for both Peacemaker and broader DC universe. This is why I hate superhero movies. It's just so fucking stupid. It's like, who has time to keep up with all this nonsense? What does it even mean that Season 2 is part of the DC universe, but the first season is not? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, to be honest, it makes me very sad. I think Peacemaker, I told you that's one of the superhero things I think you would like a lot. But if you're gonna watch it, I think you should watch the newest Suicide Squad, which I also think you could like. Genuinely creative and very funny and different than a lot of superheroes stuff. But yeah, I'm bummed that the first season isn't canon because the first season is excellent. It seems weird that the second season would be and the first one isn't. I'm assuming James Gunn did create the first season, but he was just creating it. Now he's the head of DC Films. He wasn't at the time. He didn't work for DC. So I'm assuming now he has a whole plan in his head that he didn't know that he had before because he wasn't created the head of DC. But still just seems, I mean, on one hand I get it, but it's still odd to me. First season didn't happen.
No. Did you watch the first season, right?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Was that one that you did your series with people?
No, me and Danielle just watched it.
So this isn't. What am I thinking of? The one.
Oh, The Boys.
Oh yeah, The Boys. Okay.
Yeah, that's like that's not DC or Marvel. It's like a parody of superheroes and super dark and super funny.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah,
that looks good.
Yeah, I think you'll love that.
Deadline.com. This is a short article. The Bear quietly renewed for season 4 back-to-back film back-to-back with season 3. Good news for fans. We hear there is more of The Bear on the way than previously thought. Multiple sources confirmed to Deadline that the Emmy-winning FX on Hulu comedy, which renewed for season 3 in November, has also been picked up for a 4th season to film back-to-back in Chicago. A season 4 renewal has not been announced, and a spokesperson for FX declined comment. I'm hoping that that's going to be the last season, because it's one of those shows that doesn't seem like it could go on for very long without becoming repetitive. So I'm hoping they don't burn it out and just keep milking it, but we'll see.
But you hope there is a 4th one? You just hope it don't go.
Yeah, I mean, if they do more than 4, that's going to get a little much, I think. Because even the second one, I think they could have ended after 2. Like, he was in a good spot. And I think they partly do that because they don't know if they're going to get renewed for season 3, so they had to, like, kind of, like, leave it in that spot where, like, okay, yeah, this could be the ending kind of thing, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Which kind of sucks because it's hard to plan out, like, a multi-season thing without knowing when it's going to end and, like, having, like, these half endings. And so that's kind of why I hope they're doing back-to-back seasons. Just like, all right, we're just going to do the grand finale in season 4 and be done.
I hear you.
But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You haven't watched it at all, have you?
No, not yet. I was going to say I can't add much since I haven't seen it, but no, I generally know the premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put this one here for you, obviously.
Yeah, I saw it. I meant to add it, and I was like, I saw you already did. So, Kotaku, the Among Us animated show cast is stacked. Among Us, the popular social deduction game, is being adapted into an animated series by CBS Studios in collaboration with developer Innersloth. The cast announced by Variety includes Randall Park, Yvette Nicole Brown, Elijah Wood, and Ashley Johnson, all lending their talents to lead roles. The series, currently without a designated platform, will be produced by CBS iAnimated Productions, with Titmouse serving as an animation studio. Is that a name? Tit Titmouse? Huh. Character descriptions suggest a workplace comedy element. How would you do a workplace comedy element on Among Us? With Park voicing Red, the spaceship captain, Johnson as Purple, the chief of security, Brown playing Orange, an HR representative, and Wood portraying Green, an enthusiastic but unpaid intern. Despite not having a release window or platform confirmed yet, the combination of talented cast members and potential for workplace comedy has generated considerable anticipation for the series, appealing to both fans of the game and wider audience. What do you think, bud? You gonna watch it?
I definitely at least check it out. Says no platform can through, but it's created by CBS Studios. I imagine it's gonna be on Paramount Plus. Odd if it
Yeah.
wasn't. Maybe regular CBS if you want a large audience. I think this has potential to be amazing. When I heard they were making this, oh, that sounds awful. But
Yeah.
funny, the part that you attached to is why I think it could be funny. Because, I mean, the game is dark, but I feel like they're like tongue in cheek. I think it's not supposed to be like horror or scary. It's
No.
the comedy comes from playing it, not necessarily the game. And I feel like if they do it right, it could actually be super funny. I think Elijah Wood is perfect for this. But I think if they do it wrong, it could go real wrong. Like if they really try and buy into the culture of Among Us and be like, oh, that's sus. Oh, he's looking really sus over there. I think it could be real bad, but I think
Real cringe.
I think if they lean into the dark humor and just get crazy with it, it'd be super funny. But I'm worried they'll probably be more of the opposite end of the sussing and all that, because
Yeah.
the biggest portion of the audience is kids. So I feel like if you make it dark, even though the game is like stylized, is definitely dark, I think you're gonna lose a lot of that audience.
Yeah, I just don't know how you do it. Like, what do you like kill somebody off every episode, or I don't know. Or are they just using I don't get how it's based around Among Us, because the whole point of Among Us is you're trying to figure out who's killing people on the ship. So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
feel like they could just do something dumb, and they could validate it too. You could just say it's in the future and they're all clones. Like the red one comes back after he dies.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I thought about when they read Elijah Wood. Have you ever seen the show Wilfred?
It sounds familiar. Let me look at.
I think you'd either absolutely love it or
Is this the one with the
despise it.
dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched this.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I loved it, but it even makes me feel weird because it's so insane. Wonder how Cody
He's
feels about that, if he's seen it or not.
I feel like you'd like it.
I think so, but I can also see him being like, oh, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, because I mean, he doesn't like British accents.
Oh, he definitely liked that part. But yeah, I think humor-wise, he should like it, especially how fucking nuts it is.
He's very xenophobic about accents that aren't American. Like, I showed him an Irish YouTuber that I liked, and he is just losing his mind. I didn't realize at the time. He's like, I don't know how you listen to that. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, his accent is awful. I was like, it's Irish, so what? He's like, I can't do it. I was like, okay. Sorry for triggering you. You gotta give me some of your trigger warnings. So that's a trigger warning for you, bud. All right, last article in the tech category. IGN.com. Turtle Beach is buying PDP for 118 million. Creator of future Fortnite festival guitar. Turtle Beach, a prominent gaming accessory manufacturer, is acquiring the performance design products in a $118 million deal. The merger aims to leverage additional scale and create future development opportunities with projected 2024 net revenue between 370 and 380 million. The acquisition is seen as a strategic move to enhance market value, with Turtle Beach emphasizing PDP's attractive valuation relative to industry peers. As part of the deal, Diversus Capital, PDP's major owner, will become Turtle Beach's largest shareholder. Additionally, Chris Kieran, who has been serving as interim CEO, will presume the role of CEO going forward. Turtle Beach, known for its headsets and controllers, aims to further strengthen its position in the gaming market. PDP, renowned for its upcoming Riftmaster wireless guitar controller, aligns with Turtle Beach's strategy to diversify its product offerings. The acquisition reflects ongoing trend of consolidation in the gaming industry, exemplified by recent major acquisitions like Xbox purchase of Blizzard.
Wow, what a leap they did there, huh? Turning to Microsoft and Activision Blizzard.
Pretty much the same thing, but
yeah. Not too much I want to add here. I just thought it was interesting. I've talked about Rock Band and Fortnite a few times on here, so I'll share that on. You want to add anything?
no.
Did you remove one article by chance, or did I forget to put it in here about TikTok?
No, I didn't see one.
I might forget to add it. I didn't know if you purposely removed it, knowing it's for Cody. I'm sure you've heard all the news about them trying to ban TikTok.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel?
I think it passed, right?
Yeah, well, it passed one stage. We'll see if it keeps. I think it passed the House, right?
Let me see. Americans could lose access within months of a bill that seeks to force the company to sell its stakes is signed into law. The House passed it Wednesday, and now heads to the Senate, where its future is uncertain.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I don't think it's anything close to confirmed with how the government is and all these steps.
Yeah,
but I was just curious. I know Cody's all about getting rid of it. I don't even use TikTok, so it doesn't personally affect me either way. For me, I have mixed feelings because I don't use TikTok, and I get the concerns of, and I'm not deep in the Chinese stuff, as you know, but everybody knows that there's some fishy stuff going on with the app. I think that's not conspiracy. But also, I don't know, I feel weird about this one because if it was just that, I get it, but also I feel like there's just another form of government stopping things and picking and choosing what's okay and what isn't. So, I don't know. Normally, it's a weird one because normally I'll be all about like against it for the government. Like, I mean, these things should be allowed to be around. Even if you don't like it, you shouldn't get to decide. But with this one, I think it's a little different because I think it's a little deeper than just trying to block something.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope. Next, they'll be taking our Facebook.
You'd be real sad if you lost your Facebook.
So sad, bud.
All right. Well, I knew Cody would have a lot to say, but that later.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a podcast on the road, bud.
Maybe we'll our first TikTok going down. Create an account right before it ends. Just trying all our info when they didn't even need it.
You remember when TikTok was first becoming really big and Derek was like, "You guys got to get on TikTok, man. It's blowing
he's
up."
still about it, yeah. And I
How is he?
Sure, he's right. I just don't know if I want to do that. Sure, it would help.
I think it's good for you to be on there.
All right, that's all for the news. Any pickups?
My truck.
Pickup truck?
It's more of a pickup cargo van.
Like an XLT, if you will?
You know that passenger van we rented for Cody's bachelor party.
Yeah, that's
It's
what.
that, but the cargo version. So it's a big boy.
Yeah, you can put all kinds of shit in there, bodies, whatever you're wanting at the time.
Yeah. I was adding that to my dating profile actually. So
Drive a big white van.
have access to a large cargo van that can fit dozens of dead bodies.
Hell yeah.
So
Or won me
we'll
over.
see if it helps improve the hit rate.
No other pickups besides your truck.
Nah.
I don't have any pickups this week.
Oh, actually,
Yeah?
many moons ago, I talked about getting a new tool pouch.
Yep.
I ordered it, and then I didn't realize that they don't make them in bulk. They like make them to order.
Uh-huh.
And it finally showed up the last, I think on Saturday.
It's like sheets, MTO.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
How is it?
I haven't got to use it yet. But I'm going to use it
put it on
tomorrow,
the
so I'll let
attic
you know.
or I feel like you gotta do like a fake project. Oh yeah, yeah. Like walk around with it.
Yeah, and then it'll look weird,
Definitely.
But, hey, check out my pouch.
Oh. You been playing anything this week?
I almost tried to play a game.
Almost try. We're making progress. We almost tried to
Yeah,
play.
I browsed the Steam store to look for stuff,
Yeah.
and then I almost bought. Shoot, what was it? I don't remember what game it was, but it was only $5. I was like,
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I think so.
But that was today, just now.
Oh wait, no, yeah.
They didn't play.
Yeah, anyways,
KOTOR.
it was some game. It was like $5. Like I've been wanting it for a while, but I was like, I can't. I gotta save up for the trip.
You spend $5. You probably do that in a day without even blinking out.
Probably. But no gaming.
I don't have much more this week actually. Played some Jackbox after our weekly show, and
What show are you on now?
Halo. We're on the last the next episode will be the last one. Delayed because of trip, so I just gotta avoid spoilers.
I'll make sure to spoil it for you, bud.
Yeah. And speaking of Halo, the only other thing I played this week was Halo Infinite. But it was our good friend Dave last night. Played some Halo together.
Davey Wavy.
Yep, that's our baby. And that's it for me this week for what I've been playing. What have you been watching?
More Young Sheldon.
God damn it.
Why?
Fucking hates Big Bang Theory more than anything.
See, I hate it too, but it's like a completely different show. Honestly, my least favorite part is when adult Sheldon, whatever his name is, comes in as voiceover. So I'm like, go away. Watching some documentaries on YouTube from Vice News, and they went somehow they got into Russia and were like interviewing Russians about the war and different stuff like that, and interviewing like different like people were getting shipped off. It was really sad.
Sounds uplifting.
Yeah, it was very sad. It was like they're interviewing this father and son. Apparently his son was like all this old man had left. His wife had died already, and he didn't have any other family. And they gave him like 1 day notice that he was getting shipped to the front line. They're like, "Hey, yeah, just report here. You're going tomorrow." And yeah, he hadn't died as of recording the episode, but he's probably dead now. So fascinating. It's a crazy world we can live in where we can see both sides of the war happening in real time.
Yeah. Sure.
What about you?
I've been watching not this bullshit fake war. I've been watching Halo, Intergalactic War. Okay, where whole races are dying off, not just a couple fucking dumb humans. All right.
Okay.
No, like I said, we're the last episode is next week, so we finished second to last episode, and been watching a lot of. I usually don't talk about YouTube specific, but been watching a ton of documentaries, videos, all kinds of shit for pizza places in New York. So,
That I saw your list. I could not. I showed my mom. I was like, "This is what Casey's doing," and wasn't there. He's just going to pizza places.
let's just.
You have
We
like
don't have to go all those.
you have like
I'm sure
30
you
of
can
them.
go a ton that aren't on that list. I just was putting ones that look the best. So if I walk by, I'm like, oh, yep, this is one of them.
It's too many, bud.
Definitely not.
Too many.
It's not like most cities where you're like, oh, I gotta go find it. You're walking by them.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, it's a big city, bud.
I know, and there's pizza places everywhere. Great.
Yeah. So the chances of us walking by all 30 of them
That's not
in
what I
4
said. I
days.
said a pizza place everywhere. So we're gonna be walking by.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. There's tons
I'm
on.
saying you got to pick your top 3 and
Oh
call it
no.
done.
Yeah, you guys have fun on your own trip then. I'll be pizzaing it up.
Let's see. This is just a pizza trip for you? Is that pretty much it?
Definitely one of the biggest aspects. Yes.
How many slices of pizza are you gonna eat a day?
We'll see. I don't have a plan.
Do you finish them or do you like if they're bad
If
you
it's
just throw them out?
if it's bad, yeah. Well, I either give it to somebody. Hopefully, if not, toss it. Good. I'm eating
And
it.
last time you were there, what was your toss to keep ratio, you think?
Guessing probably like half and half, just off the top of my head.
Really? That's higher
Probably.
than I thought. Could
Just
you just
because
give it to like the immigrants or something?
people. Well, Danielle was the one with me, so her. But now hopefully more people give it to.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
I
I say,
mean,
hey, immigrant, here's a pizza I bit off of.
you could tear off a piece and give them the rest.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Come on, bud. You gotta think about the starving children in Africa.
We have plenty of starving kids here. I'm not worried about them.
Do you think we'll find a dollar pizza slice place still?
Yes, not a lot, but
That's
yes.
that's on my list because pretty soon those won't be a thing anymore.
Sure.
So I'm gonna make sure I get in on the dollar slice, even if
Hey,
it's
we'll make it
bad.
happen.
All right.
Some of the ones I went to weren't bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then the only other thing I've been watching, actually watched it right before we got on here. You and Cody usually come in with the uplifting stuff, so now I can join in. It's called Quiet on Set, new documentary about all the craziness that happened at Nickelodeon. There's 2 episodes out, which I feel like it's weird. This episodes like there's cliffhangers and to get people to drawn into things that it's supposed to be all about bad culture and tricking people in production and all this, and then these things like this seems odd to me. I just thought it was gonna be a documentary, but the first 2 episodes are out when we watched them. I always heard about the main dude that kind of, I don't think he technically did, but I feel like everybody knew him as the guy that ran Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider, and he was in Good Burger, fantastic movie. He was actually a movie. A lot of times he's a producer or writer or whatever. But I always heard about him, and I thought he was the one that did all these things and a ton of sexual assault stuff and all kinds of crazy things. But the first episode was kind of centered around him, and I know you're not allowed to talk like this, but he definitely, first off, he definitely seems like he's a douche at the minimum. But I feel like people kind of mixed up stories, not in the documentary, but he made some questionable things that people didn't like, made people uncomfortable sexually, but nobody actually accused him of any of that stuff. It was the other people that worked at Nickelodeon that gets into more in the next episode. But with him, he's, like I said, a minimum a douche, maybe a lot more. But a lot of it seems like people that didn't like him or were upset and because a lot like when it gets later into the other people, there's literally like police reports and evidence and things that show it.
Yeah.
But a lot of this is just interviews of people talking about how terrible he is and what he did to them, which I'm sure some of it is true, but without anything backing it up, I feel like some of it could also be piled on and exaggerated. And there's a lot of stuff in here that just seems like thrown in. Like this girl was talking about how she was hired on and as a writer, and another girl was hired on, and they were paid. Their pay was cut in half, which I don't know. Maybe that's true, but there's nothing like showing that was true. And then where it just seems like they're just throwing in their own stuff. He's like, and then when I was told I was being fired, they told me, and she was a white girl as well, which is relevant here in a second, that they told me I was fired, and guess who they hired? A white male. I was like, you know you're white as well, right? So this doesn't even work. So it just seems like...
What does? They're being sexist.
Yeah, well, that's not a race, though, you know?
Well,
so
yeah, but
it would just be a male.
Still alive and well, bud.
That's right. So it seems like they're just throwing in a lot of stuff that even, like I said, I feel like you don't have to make it up because he seems like at minimum a douche. So I don't know, unless stuff is true, I'm not sure why you're adding this stuff in. There's a lot of stuff like that in there that just seems like maybe it is true, but there's nothing that I know either way. So it seems like they're adding stuff in without knowing it's true. The second episode definitely gets more so into, can't remember both their names. One of the guys' names was, but I should have seen it coming. His name was, spoiler alerts, John Handy. And he was, I'm laughing obviously at the ridiculousness, not what is happening, but he was messaging a girl who worked at Nickelodeon while emailing her named Brandy. And I was, this is already ridiculous. John Handy to Brandy. And
Andy and Brandy at it again.
They were sending emails back and forth, and he was saying how much he liked her, and then she, her mom was one being interviewed and said that she slammed the screen shut and then ran in the bedroom and started crying, and she asked her why she did, and he sent a picture of him holding his dick and said, "Do you like seeing this? 'Cause I'm thinking about you." And so like I said, that kind of stuff is definitely next level compared to what that guy did. Not that makes the other stuff okay.
Yeah.
But also there's little evidence of it and like police reports and things showing that this stuff happened.
Just hearsay.
Yeah, so obviously fucked up. And then if you ever watched Nickelodeon, there's a guy named the Pickle Guy on there. And he end up being a child predator, and there's
we could see that coming.
Yeah.
Pickle Guy being a child predator.
A lot of dark stuff. I already got a little detail with the John Handy, but that one, even though it's depressing and sad, was just undeniably darkly funny because the ironic nature of it.
Sounds like it's right at my alley, bud. Nice and uplifting.
Yeah, definitely.
Check it out.
I would say Cody's gonna be all about it, but I think that stuff's gonna bother him. I was just like, it kind of annoyed me because I feel like it takes away from the serious shit in there when you're just adding in this stuff that kind of just like seems like you're upset about.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, when there's serious shit happening to people. And there's also this whole weird undertone where obviously the kids, you're a kid, none of them should have to think about that, and none of them should know what's going on, even if that's happening. Not that it's okay, I'm saying they shouldn't have to, their brains don't work like that. There's also this whole thing where the parents keep talking about how they weren't allowed on set, but then they also all talk about how they knew the whole cast and the producers and everything, and they all talk like they were around them all the time. So I'm not really sure the interaction they had, but it sounds like they were around them a lot. And the parents all talk about how they knew something was off and they could tell something was wrong, and mainly about Dan Schneider. They say he just had uncomfortableness, and there's so many scenarios, and the writers were talking about how inappropriate he was, and he did all these things, but nobody said anything. Like I said, that's not the kid's responsibility. They don't know any better. But if you're an adult and you see that, and it's your kid, obviously the people that did it are still at fault, and it's their fault for doing it. But I feel like
Time
probably
to step in.
Yeah, probably looking out for your kid. But I think what it was, they were making a lot of money from their kids. So I think that's probably you should start blaming yourself and be like, oh yeah, probably shouldn't care about the money when I thought something happened to my kid.
They're probably trying to downplay it in their mind to just be like, well, I'm just probably over exaggerating, and then, but now looking back, they're trying to downplay it, be like, well, I didn't really know what was going on. So
Yeah. If you watch it, we'll talk more about
out.
it, and I try and get more specifics. Like I said, I just watched it, so I wasn't taking notes or anything. There's things that just didn't seem quite right, but stuff that's just undeniably dark.
Yeah.
Especially growing up, Nickelodeon was my favorite thing, so it's quite the bummer scene that is just surrounded by people that were crazy.
Yeah.
So, is that an uplifting note to end on there?
I think so, bud. Pretty happy and cheery.
John Handy of us.
Good way to end it for a 2-week break.
Yeah, we won't have an episode next week. Should be back April Fool's Day. And
April Fool's. Maybe this is all April Fool's joke that we're not coming back to April Fool's.
Maybe. Oh, I don't think so.
We might have a mini release on the YouTube.
Yeah, so it might be some content in between. No promises, but maybe something, but no full official episode. Definitely until
possibly some Wendy's related content.
Possibly more. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we'll do a vlog in New York. Maybe we can find some people to interview.
Yeah, he could be the next Dave Portnoy.
No, I don't want to be him. I want to be these people who go up and interview immigrants.
Back on it.
It's
You can go you start a reverse Dave Portnoy. You go buy pizza and you're like, this tastes terrible. I'm gonna tear his piece off and go give it to an immigrant while I interview
him. Probably not.
All right. Well, I thought it was a great idea.
I appreciate the idea, bud, but let's not have any more.
Any more ideas or what? Okay, gotcha. No more ideas here. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next episode.
All right. See you, bud.
I kind of heard yours. Did you hear mine?
No.
Fuck.
Nope. Cuts it out. There you go. I heard a little.